The moment millions of Americans have been waiting for is finally here. We now have major updates on Social Security, SSI, and SSDI benefits. Information that could significantly impact your financial future. From proposed benefit increases to controversial court rulings and explosive Senate hearings, the developments are coming fast, and they're nothing short of jaw-dropping. In a highly anticipated and deeply controversial ruling, a U.S. federal appeals court has rejected a petition by the Department of Government Efficiency, also known as DOGE, to access Social Security data. This decision may sound bureaucratic, but its implications are massive. If DOGE can't analyze benefit data, how will the government claim savings? How will future benefits be calculated? How does this affect your monthly check? Well, we're going to unpack it all. But before we dive into these game-changing updates, do us a small favor. Hit that like button. It takes just 2 seconds, and it really helps more people like you stay informed about critical Social Security changes. Now, back to the update. This is where things get serious. Lawmakers from both sides of the aisle are finally speaking out. They're tired of delays. They're tired of inflation eating away at retirement savings. And they're especially tired of the government claiming to save billions while seniors suffer. Why is this important now? Because DOGE, yes, the same agency backed by Elon Musk, has publicly stated that it has saved billions and billions of dollars from the Social Security system. But lawmakers argue that this money doesn't belong to government officials or agencies. It belongs to the people. Specifically, it belongs to retirees, disabled individuals, and low-income Americans who rely on SSI and SSDI to survive. That's why a growing number of senators and representatives are calling for an immediate, fixed monthly increase of $500 for all Social Security, SSI, and SSDI beneficiaries. That's right. $500 per month. Not a one-time check. A real, recurring benefit boost. Let's talk about a key moment that's sparking nationwide debate. A high-profile Senate hearing where Senator Waro confronted the SSA chief about shocking proposed cuts and office closures. Watch this.
I just need to know, when it comes to office closures, who's going to be making that decision, you or Elon Musk?
Me.
That's a good answer. And so I hope to be able to follow up with you
and
on that.
I'm 100% available for you, sir.
What was that?
I'm 100% available for you.
I appreciate that, and not with, I appreciate that, but so that the seniors in my state, those are the folks I'm concerned about.
Yep.
My
That
own
makes
mom
two of us.
and others. Will you commit to keeping all field offices in my state open for Georgia seniors?
You know, I've asked this question more than one time today, and what I will commit to is that there will be no decision made without you knowing about it. I have no intent to close field offices, but I've studied nothing on the topic. So it's a little hard to commit to something without...
I think study is a good thing, and what we've seen so far is no study, no real knowledge about what's going on. Just an effort to close offices to be able to announce that you're addressing waste, fraud, and abuse. And we all know this is true, regardless of whether we're Democrats or Republicans, because then they've had to go back and rehire some of the people they fired. And you're a businessman, sir, and you said earlier you wouldn't operate in this way. And the reason I'm asking about these field offices and these announced changes, because it could lead to an increase of 7 million visits to field offices per year across the country. The fact that they're now not allowing you to call on the phone. An estimated 200,000 additional visits in Georgia alone, which is why, frankly, I think that it's a terrible idea. But if confirmed, will you commit to increase staffing at Georgia field offices to account for this massive expected increase in appointments and to help ensure Georgians can easily and efficiently make appointments? Let me be clear about what I'm asking. If you're no longer able to call on the phone, which is a decision that's already been made, and you got to go online or go to the office and actually have an in-person appointment, you're going to have a backlog. So I want to know, what's the answer to that? How is it that I can assure the seniors in my church that their lines are going to get longer and longer? I disagree with the Commerce Secretary, who said, well, if his mother-in-law missed a check, she wouldn't worry about it. I guess she wouldn't. Her son-in-law is a billionaire. That is not the story of the seniors in my church. will you make sure that they have access to find out what's going on with the benefits that they have earned?
Senator, first of all, thank you very much. I've spent my career overseeing financial institutions, and today I serve 3,500 financial institutions in America. And that means we have community banks, rural banks, and I know what it means to have to serve neighborhoods and also serve rural communities. My commitment is that it will be a fact-based, rule-based organization we run, that we will ensure we have the staffing to get the best level of service for our constituents. So I'm giving you a longer answer, but we will have the talent that we need to get the job done at a service level better than today's.
I appreciate the answer. I'm just trying to get Georgia residents, senior citizens, the benefits that they have earned.
Yes,
no
sir.
one's giving them anything. They've paid into the system. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
While combating fraud is essential, some anti-fraud measures have mistakenly flagged real beneficiaries as deceased. Yes, you heard that right. Seniors have stopped receiving payments because they were wrongly listed as dead in SSA records. SSA claims to be improving accuracy, but errors are still widespread. From address mistakes to incorrect birth dates, many seniors are battling the system just to prove they exist. Although outreach efforts have increased, scammers continue to target vulnerable populations. Without real-time support and education, many seniors remain at risk. SSA claims they're improving outreach, but users are still stuck waiting hours just to speak with a human. Transparency? Try opacity. This paints a grim picture of a broken system failing the very people it was designed to protect. Meanwhile, TSCL, the Senior Citizens League, has launched a petition calling for a $1,400 one-time stimulus check or a targeted relief payment to all Social Security recipients. The petition is gaining traction, but we've yet to see meaningful legislative action. If you believe seniors deserve a $1,400 stimulus check to cope with record-high inflation and a crumbling safety net, drop a comment below. I support Social Security stimulus. Every comment counts. Lawmakers read public sentiment, and when they see a wave of support, it becomes harder to ignore. So, what do you think? Are you satisfied with how SSA is operating? Do you think seniors deserve more support during this inflation crisis? Should we see more bold action instead of empty promises? Let's keep the conversation going. Leave a comment, share this video with others who rely on Social Security, and make your voice heard. The louder we speak, the harder we are to ignore. Thanks for watching. Stay informed, stay strong, and as always, take care of yourself and each other. We'll be back with more updates very soon.